Elon Musk is threatening to form a new political party. Upset over the passage of the Big Beautiful Bill and part of his feud with President Trump, the billionaire has announced plans for the America Party. The president weighed in.
I think it's ridiculous to start a third party. We have a tremendous success with the Republican Party. The Democrats have lost their way, but it's always been a two-party system. And I think starting a third party just adds to confusion.
I'm Ben Winslow on Utah's Capitol Hill. Third parties are not unprecedented in politics. In fact, the Utah legislature has a sitting office holder who's a member of a third party. But for them to gain traction, it's an uphill battle.
We are seeing increased interest in this political movement of reform and accountability in politics.
Michelle Quist is the chair of the newly formed Forward Party of Utah. It was created earlier this year out of a merger between the centrist United Utah and the Forward parties. The party has one member in the Utah legislature.
I don't have to be part of the crazy making anymore.
Neil Thatcher quit the Republican Party earlier this year and joined the Forwards. Quist isn't surprised to see Musk threaten a new party.
Top-down parties don't last. What does last is grassroots movements that are built on principles that people share.
While Republicans dominate state politics in Utah, voters have flirted with third parties. In 2022, Utah Democrats opted not to run a candidate and backed independent Evan McMullen's bid for U.S. Senate against incumbent Republican Senator Mike Lee.
This is a little bit like back in the 90s when you had Ross Perot.
University of Utah political science professor Matthew Burbank says third parties typically don't fare well. But one reason to take it seriously, Musk has money.
I think at the moment, if you had a well-financed third party that had a clear identity and could appeal to voters, something might happen.
And given the state of Congress, it could have an impact.
Utah state legislature, right? If 4 or 5 people were to change parties, it would hurt the Republicans, but they still have a big majority, right? They're going to continue on without any real problems. Again, at the national level right now, if Republicans were to lose 10 members, right, that would sink them.
Quist says voters do want change.
People are tired of fighting. People are tired of, no, we're not going to find a solution unless you do it my way. People want a solution.
The chair of the Utah Republican Party didn't return a message seeking comment, but the chair of the Utah Democratic Party says third parties haven't been successful in decades. He goes on to say, but if Elon wants to try, good luck. Brian King argues people should try to elect candidates in the major parties. He says what third party candidates are more likely to do is fracture one of the two parties more than the other and act as a spoiler. On the Hill, Ben Winslow, Fox 13 News, Utah.